Hey, what's up, you guys? It is your girl, Jamie, the J and JLOVES, where I share all the things I love because if I love it, maybe you'll love it too. And today, welcome back, we are doing a video on my top 10 tips for beginner pho'ers. All right, so if you haven't watched, yesterday I made a video about the top 10 reasons why I love pho. And if you haven't seen that and you don't know what pho is, I would definitely recommend checking that video out first. Click here on YouTube, or if you're on IGTV, check out the February Love Month and you'll be able to find that video. But today we are talking about pho. So maybe if you did watch the video, or hey, you don't even know what pho is and you want to check it out, these are my top 10 tips. All right, so number one, definitely find a friend if you can. Why? Well, it's just so much better to share our time with one another, right? So you never know like who actually is a pho person. And pho people love to take non-pho people to go get their first bowl of pho, assuming that they believe on some level that they're gonna like it. Like if they don't think they're gonna like it, then that's not gonna be a great experience. So they might like question you a little bit to make sure. But if you're watching this video and or if you watch the other one and you're interested, then there's a good chance you're gonna love it. So, but I would also say that I have been someone who's like been dealing with social anxiety on and off my entire life. It's finally gone, but you can, a pho place is a place that you can actually go alone. So even if you don't find a friend or family or colleague or someone, you can absolutely have such a great time going to a pho place all by yourself. People go all the time. And it was like literally one of the few places that I felt, you know, I was fine going alone. So that's tip number one. So tip number two, this is optional, but I would highly recommend it. If you don't use chopsticks or you haven't learned to use chopsticks, I would say maybe get like a fun little chopsticks and like practice at home. It's not mandatory. If you go to a pho place, of course you can ask for a fork, but I don't know, there's just something about the experience and, you know, using the chopsticks to pull up the noodles. So that's just optional. It just makes it more fun, but of course you can use a fork if you need to. All right, so number three, do not wear white is my suggestion, because there's a lot of soup, there's a lot of sauces, there's a lot of slurping going on, there's a lot of splashing, you know, when the noodles drop. So I wouldn't wear white. Or if you're wearing something and you have like a big presentation or you just don't want to get anything messed up, I would say leave like a light jacket on or something, because it happens, okay? I mean, it's not a big deal, whatever, you get a little something on you, but anyhow, just, you know, be aware of that little thing. All right, number four. Okay, so I'm a big planner, okay? Planning makes everything. And so these are just a few little plan things. I would say definitely if you need vegan options or vegetarian, it's certainly vegan. You call, please, and make sure that they have the options at the pho place that you're going to go to. And then pho can have a lot of sodium, and it depends. It probably always has a lot of sodium, you know, and to be honest, I don't know on the health scale where pho sits, but it's not something that I eat all the time, you know, maybe once every couple months or something like that. But I would say you definitely have to drink a lot of water afterwards. Some places will use more MSG than others. I know that for, you know, they say that all the time. So hopefully places you pick don't. But I would say, you know, I am always someone who keeps a lot of water like in the car. I do not travel without water. And I would say that if you're going to go out after pho, like maybe have a bottle of water or a glass of water with you. And the other thing that's just a little funny is that you'll feel really full, and it is a satisfying meal. It's so good. It's so hearty, but people do tend to get hungry. Like you'll feel so full, but you might be hungry again relatively soon. Not like an hour or two, but you'd be surprised that maybe after 3 hours or so, you might be ready for a little something something. So I just say that to say that, you know, you just think about that, you know, in terms of your plans or for the day, which could be a good thing, right? It could be like a late lunch and then you're gonna have like another dinner or something. All right, so number five, definitely when you're there, get some spring rolls and or some summer rolls. I just love them. I think, you know, they're really good, and so that would be my suggestion, is to give those a try. Of course, if you like them, and I'm sure this is not new to Pho, so you would know if you like them or not. Number 6, so when you get the Pho menu, it's going to be a lot of options. In fact, what I forgot to mention in the first part of this video is that we're going to do a whole walkthrough. So after we go through these tips, at the end, you can watch our entire experience where we explain, I explain detailed information about all these different things. So if you're interested, please stay tuned for that. All right, so, but you're going to see, and we show you the menu that we went to, and it has lots of different toppings, but I would say if you're looking for the plain one, you would just look for Thai, and it's eye of round steak. So if you're just looking for plain, like thin slices of beef, this picture does not represent plain. It's got like some meatballs and who knows what else it's got going on in there. That's not a plain one. Or you could even ask for plain, or go adventurous and get the tripe and all the other things that they offer. All right, so number 7, for drinks, definitely lots of water. Just drink the water. It's fine. But if you love the Thai iced coffee, I mentioned this in the first video, it is so good. Again, it has condensed milk, so it's a strong coffee, and it's super sweet, but I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite parts about going, so maybe try that. And they also have like some really fruity drinks and desserts and stuff. We haven't tried any of those, so if you try it, let us know how those go. All right, number 8, taste the broth first. So when it comes to you, it's gonna have just the noodles and a little, like, I think cilantro or something, and the meat that you ordered, and it's not gonna have any of the toppings or the sauces. But don't just start putting all the sauces, everything. Taste the broth first and then slowly add, because you can always add more. You can't take away. So for example, I've seen people who've accidentally, and they did it on purpose, but they put like a lot of sriracha. They put a ton of hot sauce, and then they put a ton of plum sauce or whatever. And then it was just like way too much, and you can't really take it away at that point. You know, maybe you can order another soup and try to add it in, but no. So just go slowly. All right, so number 9, they will bring jalapenos with it as well. And this, please listen to this. Do not, like, you'll get the bean sprouts and you'll like put them into your soup. Don't touch the jalapenos with your fingers, because just take the chopsticks or a fork and put them in your soup if you're going to use them, because inevitably you will pick up the jalapeno, you will put it in your soup, and like 2 hours later you're going to go like this, and your eye is going to be on fire. Like, I'm telling you, it never fails. The hotness on your fingers hurts you later, so don't use your fingers for it. Okay, number 10. So this is completely optional. I don't even really know if it helps, but when I first get the bowl of pho, like the noodles are really long, so I like use my chopsticks, and like I feel like I'm like cutting them up a little bit. I don't know that I really am doing anything, but it makes me feel better. So just, you know, that's just optional. And if you stick around for the video after this, you'll see where I do that, and I'll demo it. And last, as a bonus tip, do not worry about sniffling and stuff like that. People have, it just starts clearing everything. So people are wiping their nose, and of course during these times everybody's like really distant from each other and everything. So yeah, so don't worry about that. Just slurp away, eat away, nobody cares, and just enjoy the pho. So that is it for my tips. If you're sticking around, please check out our video walkthrough. We go through all the things that I just talked about, and at one of our favorite places here in Alexandria, Virginia. All right, guys, we're inside, and this is a typical pho menu, and as you can see, it's like I said, it's cafeteria style sort of, but this one actually isn't so bad. Like, you're rarely sitting with other people. But the Viet House restaurant, this is right in Alexandria, so if you're here in the DMV area, definitely check them out. We love them. But we have not eaten a lot of things. We stick to what we know, but let me show you what we usually get. So spring roll and summer roll, and here they let you split it. So Natalie gets just half of this, and then I get one of those. If you're not into pho, I can tell you for sure these rice dishes are amazing. Like the grilled pork on rice is definitely one of the favorites, and it's so good because it basically is served with rice and pork, and then they give you a side of the soup, so you get to dip like the rice and the meat in like the soup stuff, and it's just super super good. In fact, Natalie, you sometimes like that a lot.
Yeah.
This I haven't tried this. There's so many things I haven't tried, so I'm just telling you our beginner status. Okay, so here are the options for pho, and basically you'll see like, whoa, these are a lot of toppings, right? For starters, I would say find eye of round steak. A lot of times it is number 15, but all this other stuff, like I don't know what it is. I'm not very adventurous. So if you're just looking for plain meat with your pho, go with finding the eye round steak, and then it's 15. And then, or just get plain noodles, not on the side, but it's just like, just noodles without, yeah, $2 off for noodles without meat. And again, go with the small bowl. You won't need a large at first, and maybe ever. You see it's only $1 difference, so go with what you like. And then for drinks, I am definitely getting, you can just tell them Thai iced coffee. It's actually number 4, I think, coffee with condensed milk and ice, but I just say Thai coffee, so I don't actually know 100% that that's what it is, but I think it is. And then Natalie just gets water. And then lastly, thank you. She just, so nice. She just brought that. So that's the Thai iced coffee. I'll show you that in a second. And then we've never tried any of the desserts, but I can tell you that this is usually pretty good. So see, look how fast they serve. But anyway, what I was gonna say about the dessert is, this looks really good. Like I think I've had mung beans with coconut milk, but I don't really save enough room to have dessert, but I don't know, maybe I'll try it. All right, so see how they brought one for her and one for me?
Here's the sauces for both.
So the summer roll is just basic some more of the noodles with lettuce, and then this sauce, which is like a plum with peanuts, and then Natalie's is the spring roll. I don't know what's in it, but it's super good, right? And okay, we always get waters, and then here's what the Thai iced coffee looks like. And basically it's drip coffee, if you've ever had it before. And it's a really famous coffee. It's so good, I really love it, but they just let it drip down. So you just wait for that, and then I'll come back when that's ready to go. Okay, so this is totally optional, but usually I like to take the noodles and with my chopsticks kind of break them up a little bit, because they're gonna loosen up, and actually they're cooking right now, like as they brought it out. And then because they're so long, I do this like weird cutting them up a little bit. So I just kind of like chop them up just a tiny bit, because then it just makes it easier to kind of scoop in and do it. Natalie, do you do that too?
No, I don't do that, y'all.
Alright.
I probably should.
So there you go. And, okay, so I would definitely suggest tasting the broth before you add anything. So. And of course, it's really hot, so just remember that. So now let's get to the good parts. It's so good without it. So this sauce is a plum sauce, and this is a sriracha sauce. It's kind of like a sweet sauce, and then this one's hot. Now some people do not put it into their pho, and they just like to dip like parts in it. And because the pho soup is so good, I might just do that. But if you're going to put it into your soup, just make sure that you add like a little at a time. Don't like put a whole lot, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. And we definitely eat it with both of them. So today I might actually do something a little different and not put it in, but usually I do add it. All right, so now for the side. So in here, very early on, you want to take some of these, oh gosh, what are these? Basil?
I don't know. I thought you said mint.
Mint?
That's what you said, but I don't think.
I don't know. I'll have to find out for sure. Whatever it is, it's really, really good. I think it's mint. It's definitely mint. So you just take them out and just put them in. And then this, I definitely have no idea what this is, but I put it in also. And Natalie doesn't really use a lot of this, so I ended up taking a lot of it and just putting it in. And then we've got bean sprouts, I think. Put those in, and 1 squeeze of lime, not too much because it can be very limey quickly, but I just add a little bit. And then here is a serious tip: do not touch these jalapenos with your fingers. You will regret that. So definitely, if you're gonna put the jalapenos in, use your chopsticks or fork to get that in. All right, so then after this, you're basically just gonna carefully mix this all in. You can see how hearty this is. Like, it is a lot. Okay, so let me just take a first bite on camera so you can see how this goes. Wow, this is like really full.
Yeah, yours is crazy.
Mine is super full. And you can see that even though I chopped them up, they're not really like chopped. And don't worry, that's one of the best parts, is like you don't have to be like cute. Like, it's just, no one cares here. So I'm using the put in your mouth and cut with your teeth. Some people will take and put some of the noodles and some of the meat and the sauce and then take a bite like that. But I don't typically do that. So that's all, you guys. I hope you enjoy having pho. Natalie, any words? You want to turn the camera around?
It's good. Don't be scared.
Oh,
it's
and
yummy.
then, yeah, I'll come back and show the iced coffee in a minute. All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna put my iced coffee in. Okay, and here's the tips for that. First off, the iced water, it's gonna have some that's melted, so I usually like to just take all that extra water out. And then, now that the grinds are all down, you're gonna take this, you're gonna plop it onto the top, otherwise it'll make a mess, and then you'll see that that's what it looks like. But all of the condensed milk is at the bottom, so you want to go ahead and stir this up. So if you look to see that, and you want to stir it up while it's hot, because some people will try to pour it into the ice and then stir, but you should do it, this will make it easier because it's warm now. You can stir it up and then put it in. All right, so that's pretty good. And now this is a challenge because it's always like half the people spill it all the time, and I almost just spilled it just doing it. Ah! All right, not bad, not bad. Not super clean, but clean enough. There we go. Look at that. I guess I'll take this paper off. It's so good. All right, you guys, so that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed our little video, top 10 tips, and our walkthrough where we took you along and showed you all the nitty-gritty details. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. Are you gonna try pho? Do you already love pho? Did I miss a tip? You know, let me know. Or we've, you know, my Uncle Buddy with Old School Boxing, him and his wife love pho, and we've actually talked about doing like family and friends pho field trips where we take people to go get pho together and introduce them. So hey, would you ever want to be part of that crew? I know we have to wait a little while, but if you'd be interested in something like that, like drop a comment below or hit me up and we'll put you on the pho field trip list, interest list. All right, you guys, I hope you're doing fantastic. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I am not sure what I'm going to make a video on. I'm kind of making this up as I go along, but anyhow, I love you. Bye. Mwah.